Now we're going to cover a part that a lot of people are probably looking for, and that is Bitcoin investing through Cash App. So starting from the main screen once again, just so people are aware, what you would do is click at the bottom left where you see your Cash App balance, and under Explore, you're going to click on Bitcoin. At this point, you can get information about this by sliding from left to right, but we're going to click on the blue Get Started button. At this point, it prompts us here to show that we can buy Bitcoin for as little as $1. So let's put that to the test and put $1 single into Bitcoin. So if we click on the blue Buy Bitcoin button, we now have the options here to do a one-time order, or if we click on this drop down, we can change the order type. So this offers an auto invest feature if you want to automatically invest in Bitcoin on a daily, weekly, or bi-weekly schedule. So if we click on that, you can see where you have the options to set this to daily, weekly, or bi-weekly. And there's a $10 minimum for recurring purchases. So if you wanted to do a weekly investment, you would have to do $10 per week. It would be $40 a month as minimum. But for now, we're going to click on the back button and take a look at the custom purchase order option as well. This allows you to automatically buy Bitcoin if it reaches a price you choose. So this is going to be similar to a limit order for those who are familiar with the stock market. If you click on that, you're going to set the price here that you will trigger a purchase order at, and it actually has a really fancy line chart here that makes things really easy. So if we look at the data here, it's going to show us the current price of Bitcoin at 93,000, give or take. But let's say, for example, you were waiting to buy Bitcoin where you saw this pullback here earlier today. You could drag this down, and now you could set a order here to only purchase Bitcoin at 91,585 or better, which means it would have to decline 2% from the current price. So this is pretty handy here if you want to get specific about your purchasing price or your sale price. But in this case, we don't really care. We're just going to put a one-time investment of $1 in. So we're going to select that here. But if you want to put a larger amount in, you would click the three dots and type in, for example, $500 if you wanted to put that into Bitcoin. We're going to click on the X and once again click on Buy Bitcoin, click on $1, and click on the blue Next button once again. At this point, it's going to ask for our email address as we need to verify our email. At this point, it brings you to the order review window where you can make sure you understand all of the details. So at this point, it's going to be a funding source of my Cash App balance. It shows you the amount you're going to purchase, and it shows the dollar amount that you're going to pay here for the Bitcoin, which is just about 93,800. It also shows you the total Bitcoin purchased will be 97 cents with 3 cents paid in fees to Cash App. And we are going to end up paying a cost of $1 but getting 97 cents. So there are fees with Cash App, but this may change, so you want to check out the official Cash App website for details on the fees. Once you're all set, you can click on the confirm button, and just like that, we made our first Bitcoin purchase on Cash App. If you click on the blue done button now, it brings us to our portfolio, and this now is a value of 96 cents based on the fees and market fluctuation. Let's say you now want to sell your Bitcoin balance on Cash App. You're going to start by clicking on your Cash App balance at the bottom left, and it's going to bring you to your money homepage, and under Save and Invest, you can see your Bitcoin balance. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to click on the blue Sell button, and at this point, it's going to have you verify the last 4 digits of your social, and you entered this information earlier when you purchased the Bitcoin. At this point, it's going to ask you about backup withholdings with the IRS. If you do have that, for example, you're going to click on yes, but it is very uncommon. And this is because when you are selling cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin, for example, you may have a capital gain if you make money, and that is required to be reported to the IRS, and you do have to pay taxes on those capital gains. We're going to click on the confirm button now, and then it's going to have us sell the 95 cents worth of Bitcoin, and we're going to end up getting 92 cents back after fees. So it is going to be a waste here, but we're going to click on the blue confirm button nonetheless. And just like that, we have sold our Bitcoin. So if we click on the blue done button, we now have a $0 Bitcoin balance. We can click on back here, and our cash balance is $7.92. But what about sending and receiving cryptocurrencies? That's something a lot of people are looking to do, and you can do that with your Cash App wallet. But what we're going to have to do first is buy some Bitcoin for that. So we're going to click back here into the Bitcoin section of the app, and I'm going to quickly go ahead and purchase a $20 Bitcoin order. We're going to click on next, and we're going to click on confirm. So just like that, I purchased $20 worth of Bitcoin. So at that point, if we click here on done, we have a $19.46 balance after the fees. But now let's say you want to send or receive. You're going to click on this up and down arrow button, and this gives you the option to either send or receive cryptocurrencies. So what we're going to do now is send it by clicking on the send button at the very top. So let's say you want to send $10 worth of Bitcoin. You would type that amount in and then click on the blue send button at the bottom. And now you can either choose between sending this via a Bitcoin address or a Lightning invoice. I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure what a Lightning invoice is, so I'm not going to speak to that in this tutorial, but I will show you how to send this over to a Bitcoin address. Over here in my demo Coinbase account now, we're going to locate my Bitcoin wallet address. We're going to do that by clicking on the portfolio button here, and it shows a list of the assets. I don't own any Bitcoin currently, but if we click here and then search for Bitcoin, it's going to populate here at the very top for us. So go ahead and click on that, and then you're going to click on the transfer button and click on receive. This is now going to bring up your wallet address, and we're going to click on the copy button, and you're now going to paste in the wallet address, and you're now going to select it at the bottom here once it auto populates, and then click on the blue next button in the top right. Now at this point, it is going to require you to verify your identity with a photo of your ID and face to continue. So when you do look to send or receive crypto, this is when it's going to have you do the most in-depth form of identity verification. So we're going to click on the blue continue button and start these steps. So it's now going to have us complete the identity verification steps, starting off with taking a picture of one of the following options, either a driver's license, a state ID, US passport, or permanent resident card. I'm going to be doing this with a driver's license, so I'll click on that, and then you do have to allow camera access. That way you can take videos of the front and back, and also of your face. At this point, you're going to line up the box here with your ID until it automatically scans, and then confirm that it's visible. And then if it's good, click on the use photo button. Then you're going to flip it over and do the same thing on the back here, scanning this and letting it auto capture. It did take about 45 seconds, but it did accept those photos, and now it's going to have you take a photo of yourself. That way they can verify that the person on the ID matches who you say you are. So we're going to click on continue. And now we're going to have to let it auto capture a picture of us. And now at this point, it's going to have you turn your face slightly to the left, and then turn your face slightly to the right. And then it gives you a green check, and it's now checking over these photos, and it says this may take a few seconds. And now it's going to ask us a questionnaire here related to our Bitcoin investing. It says select the main reason you use Bitcoin, and you have a bunch of different options. We're going to say investing and click on next. It then asks you what the main source of your income is, and if you have multiple, you can select multiple. We're going to say here pay from an employer, as well as investments, and then click on next. And then you have to enter information about the status of your employment. I'm going to check self-employed and click on next. And then you enter your job title. So I'm going to type in influencer and then click on next. And then you enter the name of your business, and then you're going to choose the speed here for withdrawal. So this is where you have to really consider the fees here with Bitcoin. If you want to make this a priority, it's going to be a $3.24 fee, which on $10 is crazy. A rush, which is going to be a $1.70 fee, is going to take about 2 hours. And the standard, which arrives in roughly 24 hours, is going to be free. So depending on how quickly you need to get it there, you can choose these options. I'm just going to choose standard because it doesn't matter, although at that point it does show you the withdrawal minimum here is 0.001 Bitcoin. So in that case, we'll just leave it as the priority for the demo. Click on next, and then we are going to confirm the withdrawal to external wallet. If everything looks good here, you're going to click on the confirm and send button, and now you have to enter your cash pin that you set earlier. And just like that, we initiated the withdrawal here over to my Coinbase wallet address. So I will keep an eye on that, and we'll check back later to see if that withdrawal actually works. But let's say you want to receive Bitcoin to your account instead. Maybe you have somebody who wants to pay you in Bitcoin, or perhaps you have Bitcoin in a separate wallet that you want to move over. You would click on the up and down arrow button again, but in this case, you would then click on receive, and this is going to show you your Bitcoin address. Now, if another person is sending it to you and they're nearby, they could actually scan this QR code with their phone for this process. But in this case, since I'm doing my own wallet wallet, we're going to click on the copy button, and this copies my Bitcoin address. At this point, we're going to head over to my Coinbase app, and I'm going to show you how to paste it in. Over on Coinbase, I don't have a Bitcoin balance right now, but I will show you what this would look like. You would click in the search button here, and then you can either type in Bitcoin or click on it if it's populated at the top. And at this point, you would navigate over to the transfer section and click on the send button in order to send cryptocurrency. At this point, you would click into the box here and you would paste what you copied over. And this is going to be the wallet address from Cash App. And you're going to click on this. And at that point, you can enter the amount that you want to send over. After making a $10 deposit here and purchasing $10 worth of Bitcoin, we have $8.91 left over. There is a 99-cent fee on Coinbase on the low end, so that is going to be pretty hefty on small transactions, but just for demo purposes, we are going to do it. And if you appreciate that, drop a like on this video. We're going to click now on the asset to send, which is our Bitcoin. We have $8.91 available. So let's just go with $8, and hopefully this is even enough that we can send. If I click on preview, and it says the minimum you can send is 0.0001. So if I try $8.91, we'll see if it's enough, and it's just shy of it. So what we'll do is wait for my other Bitcoin to come over, and then at the end, we will send it back over to Cash App. Back over in Coinbase now, we can see the Bitcoin that we sent from Cash App has come over. So if we click on the portfolio button now and select Bitcoin, we can see here that the balance is 1904 and that we received $10 worth of Bitcoin. So if we click on this, we can get details about the transaction, but it has officially completed. And now we can actually send this Bitcoin now back over to Cash App, just so you're familiar with how that would work. So what you're going to want to do now is click on the transfer button at the bottom right, and we're going to send this cryptocurrency. And now we have to locate our Cash App Bitcoin wallet address. Back over on Cash App, you're going to select Bitcoin from the Save and Invest section. You're going to click on the two arrows up and down and then select Receive. And now you're going to copy your Cash App Bitcoin wallet address and then jump back over to Coinbase, and we're going to paste that in. And then we're going to select it from the drop down below and enter the amount we want to send over. So this time now we can send over $19 worth. It's going to be more than the minimum, and we can click on the preview button. And we do need to send a little bit less just to cover the network fees. So I'm going to lower that now to $15 and click preview. And we are now able to send this over, and it says it should take about 54 seconds. So we will check this out, and it is a 59-cent network fee. So we're going to click on the send now button, and just like that, we have sent over that $15. So I'm going to click on done, and we are now going to navigate back over to Cash App and see how long it takes for us to receive the Bitcoin. While we're waiting for that to come over, I do want to show you a couple of other features here in the Bitcoin section that you might be interested in. The first thing I want to show you is how to tell whether or not you're making money with your Bitcoin investment on Cash App. You would do that by scrolling down to My Performance, and it's going to show you here your all-time returns on a dollar basis and percentage basis. So on my demo account here, my all-time return on a dollar basis is a loss of 59 cents or a loss of 2.81%. If we click here on the details, it will show you more information about this in terms of money in and money going out. It also factors in if you are sending and receiving Bitcoin, which is helpful. So you have both purchases and sales, as well as deposits and withdrawals that are factored in. And below that, we also have other options for investing in Bitcoin, including Bitcoin roundups, which is rather interesting. If you select this here, this gives you the option to invest your spare change by turning your spare change into Bitcoin spending with the Cash App card. So you would have to get the Cash App debit card, but then your spare change would be rounded up to Bitcoin investments, which would allow you to dollar cost average slowly over time into Bitcoin. And it's a rather interesting way to build up a Bitcoin portfolio. Another option here is auto investing in Bitcoin. So if you wanted to invest automatically in Bitcoin using Cash App, you can do so. There is going to be a minimum of $10 for recurring investments, but you'd be able to then do this on a daily, weekly, or bi-weekly basis, automatically investing, and you can either take it out of your Cash App balance or have it deduct this from your linked bank account. There's also the option here to get paid in Bitcoin. So if you want to invest your direct deposits into Bitcoin without paying a fee, you can take your direct deposit, link it to Cash App, and then convert a percentage of each deposit over into Bitcoin. So if you wanted to put 10% of your paycheck or 2% of of your paycheck into Bitcoin, which is not an investment recommendation, but just for example, you could do that by setting up direct deposit and then setting the percentage to whatever you would like. And then that amount of money would go into Bitcoin investments without paying any fees using this feature. So guys, the Bitcoin deposit is pending now and we can view it even though it's not in my Bitcoin portfolio just yet. If we click here on the activity tab at the bottom right, under pending, we can see a Bitcoin deposit of $14.97, which is what I just sent over from Coinbase. So within a little bit of time here, it will be in my Cash App Bitcoin wallet, but the transfer has sent over and we did successfully send Bitcoin over from Coinbase over to Cash App.